Hello, everyone. I'm going to take a moment here to show you a little bit of a project that I'm working on. This is Clover's birthday present this year. Every year I try to get something that appeals to her passions, whether it's for her business or for the yard that she's very passionate about. This year I decided to build a fairly modular and maintainable watering system. As you can see, we have a pretty good size yard, and every year we try to take a bit of the yard and remove some of the grass and add to our garden. So it takes a lot of time to actually haul the hose around and water the garden, especially dragging out to the front, especially because our only source of water comes out of this spigot here that is directly sourced from the irrigation canal up right back behind that fence. I am loath to try and put in like an underground sprinkler system because of all the sediment that comes through this line here that basically causes valves to last not very long. So I wanted to build a watering system that is easy to maintain, easy to move around as the garden moves, and easy to use. So what I did was I put a T splitter with independent valves on our irrigation source here, and then I ran one of them to multiple T-posts. So here we have a T-post into the ground with a T-post impact sprinkler. And then each of these has its own T, so you can basically turn on and off each sprinkler if you wanted. Oop, there we go. That was the wrong one. And then the T goes from, basically allows us to bypass each impact sprinkler and goes on to the next one. So I'll walk over here. So here's the second T-post impact sprinkler. Again, it's got its own T that turns on the sprinkler here, or turns on the bypass to go on to the next one, which is over here. Now this one is a little bit different because like back here, we want a lot of range to try and cover the strawberries over there by the shed, hit as much of the grass as we can. But as we get to the side of the house, we don't want a huge sprinkler range. So what we ended up doing here is we put a T off the front that goes to a PVC setup with pop-up sprinklers that are set to 180 degrees. And then we also have coming out of the back of this sprinkler. So if this sprinkler is turned on, it sets up a hose that goes all the way to the front corner to hit the front yard. So this PVC setup, we have these pop-up sprinklers, 180 degrees, enough to hit the grass here, and also the elements of our garden that are right next to the house. So we've got 6 of these guys. With some overlap. There are 15-foot sprinklers set up 10 feet apart and just mounted to the top of the fence here. And that goes all the way to our gate that leads to the front yard. And what I'm hoping here as well is, because we have our ductless mini split outside unit right here, I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit of an evaporative effect in the summer with this on that will improve the efficiency of our AC and make it easier to cool the house when it gets really hot outside. So this guy ends with an elbow right here, and then the bypass hose continues on all the way to the front corner to right over here, and this should allow us to cover a good chunk of our jungle that is our front yard. including this corner right here, which this corner has a lot of issues because it reflects a lot of the afternoon sun off of the stairs. So it gets difficult to grow things in this corner. So hoping a little easier watering will make that a more pleasant place for plants. So to turn this on, just walk back here to our main spigot and pull the lever. Make sure that's set on, pull that lever, and then we should have, oh, other way. Always forget which way this goes. So we see that guy's turned on. And of course your typical impact sprinkler is fairly adjustable in terms of its range and how far it'll reach. Woo. So you can see these guys definitely cover the garden and a good chunk of the yard. And then if I pull this lever here, oh, hang on. Turn that on. So now we have all of the impact sprinklers covering the garden. And this should also turn on the impact sprinkler in the front yard. So you can see we got pretty decent water pressure here. So we can still get really good coverage. Covers about 1/2 to 3/4 of the front yard without any issue here. All right, turn that off. And if I turn this one on, then we'll get the side yard. So get a closer look here. So this valve controls the side yard. And so that kicks these pop-up sprinklers on. And you can see they reach pretty well into the plants here. If we turn off the other impact sprinklers, they'll get better range. But yeah, these are all set to 180 degrees. You can see a little bit of overlap there. And should save a lot of time with the watering of the yard. And on that note, thank you all. Thank you, Steve, for helping to put the pop-up sprinkler assemblies together for me. It was super helpful today. And have a good day.